Welcome back. In this video tutorial, we'll discuss how to use the multi-level inheritance. Okay, so first let us look into what exactly multi-level inheritance. So multi-level inheritance is also possible in Python, like other object-oriented programming languages. So we can inherit a derived class from another derived class. Okay, so this process is known as a multi-level inheritance. So in Python, multi-level inheritance can be done at any depth it is. So example, like class C is inheriting properties and methods from class B, and class B is inheriting from the properties and methods from the class A, right? So this is the level of example, which is multi-level example. Okay, so let us look into the programming syntax, how it looks exactly when we do the Python coding. So let us start. So first the class name called say let me take class name called say India, then define the method, say the method name called first. Okay, and then take the self as a argument. So some message will print here. Okay, say India is the largest democratic country in the world. Okay, just a message. Okay, so India is the largest democratic country in the world. Okay, that is one class, that's the first base class. The class name called India is over. Then next one here, say let me create another base class, say the class name called Karnataka, and within here we'll define the method name called say second. Okay, and the argument as a self, and here we'll print the message called say is famous for say IT, of course, information technology, then coffee productions and so on, etc. Okay, so that is a message which I want to mention. Okay, so here see in this the second class name called Karnataka. So I'm just going to mention my base class name called India. So the India is now can be available inside this class, the class name called Karnataka. So which is inheritance, first inheritance. Now I'll take another one, say the class name called Bengaluru. Okay, so here we'll mention it's a previous class, so the previous class name called this one, Karnataka, then close bracket, then define the method, say define the method name called say third one, then self, and then print some message here. So Bangalore is also known as Silicon City, but usually it was called Garden City. Okay, so even though today also we call it as a Garden City because lots of trees are there. Alright, okay, so now three classes are over, right? You can mention here it is Garden or Silicon City, whatever you want to mention. The first one called India, with there is a message name called, there is a method name called first, and there is some statement. Then second one called, let's say, Karnataka, and this is now being called this one, the second one, which is called India. Then there is a message or the method name called the second. Okay, and some message you can print, and the third one is called Bangalore, which is inheriting its previous class name called say Karnataka. So that means Bangalore is now part of course Karnataka, and Karnataka is part of India, like this. Okay, so this is what it's a multi-level inheritance. Okay, finally we create instance or object on the last derived class, which is our Bangalore. So let me create here say b equals to Bangalore, right? And then we'll call one by one. So b dot first one, the first method is where it is, this here it is, right? So then second one b dot second one, which is part of here it is the Karnataka class. then b dot the last one, which is it's a own method, so that's a derived class method. Okay, so let us run this one. So just go to run, then click on run module. Against democratic country in the world. Then next one called Karnataka, the next one called Bangalore. So these three lines are accessed by now, the last one, which is the derived class, right? So this example is called multi-level inheritance. Okay, next one is on hybrid inheritance. So in this example, just first look into slide here. So there are totally 4 classes, like class A, class B, class C, and class D. So class B and C are part of class A. That means these two are classes derived classes. So class B, class C are both are derived of class A. So the class A is parent for both B and C. Whereas for class D, so B, C are the parents. So class D is a derived class of both class B and class C. Okay, so that means the class D can able to access the data and methods from class A, either from class B or from class C. So there are 2 possibilities here. The class D can able to access attributes or properties or methods from the parent class name called A, either from class B, that means this root, or from this root. So that is what we called as a hybrid. That means more than one possibilities. Okay, so let us look into programming syntax. So how it looks it is. So let me start. So example, say class name called EMP, that's employee, and within here I'll take the the class name, say MIT India. Okay, that's a C name, that's a company name. Okay, so just first class. Then next one called, say, class called system admin, and which is inheriting the base class, which is EMP. Okay, system admin. And here say system role equals to some message, like say system admin as a message. Okay, and next one called, say, another class, the class name called, say, web developer. This also inheriting the base class called EMP, right? Then here I'll write the W role, that means web role. So here you can say UI designer, so user interface designer. Okay, then another class, so I'll take another class. See, if you look into these this much, it looks like it's a hierarchical, right? Because there is only one base class, right? And there are 2 child classes or derived classes. So both are accessing the only one base class name called EMP. So if you select this much selection part, it looks like the hierarchical inheritance. So there is only one base class but multiple child classes. This is exactly opposite of multiple inheritance. In a multiple inheritance, we have a multiple base classes but one child class. But here it is in the hierarchical, there is only one base class but multiple child classes. So let us create another one. Say example name class DBA. So this can inherit, say example, first one called web developer. The first one, see first it's a previous this class, this is a derived class, system admin. So let me copy this syntax. So system admin. Okay, and then also it can call EMP. So if you see this much, right? So we are calling the multiple base classes here in this derived class name called DBA. Then it has its own message as well, say that is D role, say DBA, simple message called DBA, database administrator something. Okay, all right, now the everything is over. So to create object on this one last derived class, so DBA, say object equals to DBA, and we'll call one by one. So let me print first statement here. So directly I'll take, say, the first one called, say, company. So that we can print here object dot C name. So object is basically part of which one it is, DBA class, that's a derived class object. Then C name is part of what, the first base class variable or value. Okay, so we'll print one by one. So totally we have 4 data. So the first one is called company, of course we did. The next one called system admin, system admin. So object dot what? Yes role. Object dot yes role. Right. And the next one called web developer. Next one called web developer. Okay. And here object dot, it is w role. Object dot w role. And the last one, which is DBA, that is database administrator, right? And object dot d role. Object dot d role. So d role, right? So this object can able to access all the values from base classes. So let us run this example and see what output we can see. So here you can see company name MIT India, system admin called, of course, system admin, web developer like UI designer, then DBA, of course DBA. Okay, so see, that means this EMP is of course here base class, right? System admin also base class for DBA, and web developer also base class for this DBA class, right? Okay, so see, C name is being printed, right? Suppose if I remove this one, say example I remove this EMP, right? And let me run once again and see what changes, any changes can happen or not. So there is no change in the output. As you can see here, MIT India is being printed now also and earlier also, right? Because this MIT India or C name is accessed by, see here we are calling the EMP. System admin also contains EMP. That means now this name can be available inside the system admin. And inside the web developer also we are calling the EMP. That means this C name can be available inside the web developer. So that means either of any one we can get the value here. See, now that means the DBA class can able to access the web developer, and the web developer is connected to already what? EMP, and that EMP means what? We can able to access this C name. In a similar way, system admin. So system admin also connected to EMP here, and the EMP contains what? C name. So even if I remove this EMP here, like EMP the base class name, so still I'm getting the same output. So that's why the name called what? Hybrid. So that means this C name can be accessible either from this class or from this class or directly from EMPTs. So whether you keep this EMP or not, you'll get the same output that is in the C name part. Okay, so this is an example on hybrid inheritance. So hope you like this video.